All right, I think we are live. Thank you guys for joining us. I know that there's plenty of people that are probably still pouring in, but welcome to our London cycle recap. Now, I'm Jeremy. I'm the CPO at Kajabi, and we are all here to go over some new features, updates, enhancements for our latest development cycle, codenamed London. Now, I want to quickly cover what we're talking about when we talk about London. We actually take these things called development cycles, where we spend, as a development team, 6 weeks. Actually a total of 8 weeks. 6 weeks of really, hardcore work, and 2 weeks of really cleaning up, bugs and polishing up features and making sure that they get into your guys' accounts. And we're here to recap yet another development cycle. And so we've named this one London because we've started naming a lot of our development cycles around different cities that our heroes are in. And we're going to cover some really cool Kajabi hero stories from our Kajabi heroes that live in London. And we're just going to have a lot of fun today. So feel free to kind of jump in. We do have a Q&A going. We're throwing that in the chat. You can join Slido. I can actually cover it right here. Let me present. If you guys want to show my screen, we are doing a live Q&A today as well. So looks like we already have some Q&A there, but you can either scan that QR code with your phone, or you could join us at slido.com and using the hashtag Kajabi London event ID. All right. Let's get started, guys. Let me just hop back on over to Kajabi. All right, so before we jump into a lot of the really cool updates that we have in store for you guys in London, we want to show you a quick video of our very first London hero. So stay tuned. I'll see you on the other side.
Hey, my name is Ant Hodges. I'm a Kajabi hero from just outside of London in the UK, and here is my Kajabi story. My Kajabi journey started in 2012 when I was attending a conference by a guy we probably all know, Brendan Bouchard. And Brendan was talking about this amazing system that he uses to host his online courses and programs. And it was called this system called Kajabi. I didn't understand the name, didn't know where it came from. And I thought, do you know what? I'll tap into it though. Let's have a quick look. And that was the start of my journey. Kajabi Classic days, hosting different pages and putting the video embeds in, and then connecting shopping carts, connecting email autoresponders. That was where it started. Now, today, I'm running multiple six-figure businesses using Kajabi to sell my knowledge online. And that's what I teach and what I do for other clients. I help them to build knowledge-based businesses. There's a whole bunch of features inside of Kajabi that I love. But the one thing that I love above all when it comes to Kajabi is it's all in one. Going back to the Kajabi Classic days, I had to stitch all kinds of systems together. And where we've used different systems in the past, like WordPress and other stuff, to bolt in membership sites and training sites, we've had to rely on connections with different systems that could be tripped, and then there'd be problems. Having Kajabi as an all-in-one business platform enables me to not only grow my business, but to help my clients to grow theirs too. The success that I've had, not only as a Kajabi hero, but also as a Kajabi partner and referring others into the system, would not be possible without the support of the Kajabi crew. I love what the company stands for and the ethos that they create. And I can't wait until we're able to travel again, get back over to California, give some high fives to the team who are making all this possible.
All right, that was awesome to hear from Ant. Really, really cool Kajabi hero story. We have more to show you there, but we also have some really cool features to show. Before I do that, I just want to quickly go over one other thing, which is that we have some really cool Kajabi London development cycle swag that we'll be sharing with you guys. As long as you jump in, you participate in the comments, we'll have our social team reach out to you. We're going to pick a few folks in the audience to give that out to. So feel free to jump in, participate in the comments, participate in the Q&A, and maybe some surprise and delight will come your way. All right, so we've broken this cycle recap up into a couple different themes. And so I want to go over the first theme, and then we're going to show a really cool video that's going to showcase and highlight some of these new updates and additions that you're going to see in your dashboard. And then I'm going to go ahead and demo some of that. And you guys can feel free to throw questions in the Q&A, and I can get to them towards the end of this cycle recap. So the very first theme is that we've added and we've enhanced customization and flexibility to help you optimize your website as well as your purchase flow. So tune in for this video, and then we'll go into some demos.
business is one of a kind, and you want to give your customers a memorable experience every chance you get. That's why our latest round of new features and updates to Kajabi are all designed to give you more flexibility and control over the way your business looks, feels, and sounds to customers. First up, you now have new options to personalize your sales flow. Customize your upsell cancellation text messages, as well as the email opt-in that appears during checkout, so that every piece aligns with your brand voice. We've also added 2 new website templates designed to represent specific niches, one for entrepreneurs in personal development and coaching, and another geared towards the business development and financial spaces. And as always, you can fully customize these templates to fit your own unique business. You'll also see improvements to the page editor you know and love, including new features and a more consistent design process for both landing pages and websites across the entire Kajabi platform. And finally, we're excited to announce that Kajabi now features a brand new audio player, so that you can broaden your appeal to customers and site visitors who prefer to listen instead of watching videos. Whether it's guided meditation tracks, audiobooks, follow-along workouts, or music lessons, audio makes it so much easier for you to create new digital products and get your knowledge to market with lightning speed. Add playable audio files to your website, landing pages, online courses, blog posts, and track what's working with easy-to-use analytics. Each of these features is live inside Kajabi right now, so that you can continue to add value for your customers and grow your business your way.
Lots of really cool features, and the good news, I'm going to go over all of these, but the great news is all of this stuff is in your dashboard today. You can go use all of this stuff today. Really, really exciting stuff. So let's cover the very, very first bullet point, which is we are officially treating audio as a first-class citizen here in Kajabi. Now, some of you guys who have been on Kajabi for a while, you might have been already using audio inside of your courses. You upload it as a download, and in some cases we might show an audio player. No longer, no workarounds for this. You are going to get audio in your courses, in your blog posts, inside of your pages. Audio is a first-class citizen now. Not only is it just the audio file and people get a player, but we also get stats. We get a lot of different engagement stats that we could look at. And this is just the start of us really treating audio as a first-class citizen, really diving into folks who are, creating podcasts or audio meditations or any kind of audio content that works a lot better than video. We want to support that on the platform. So I want to jump in really quick and give a quick demo of what it means for you guys to be using audio inside of Kajabi. So I'm here inside of my dashboard, and I'm going to go over to products. You guys are probably going to notice that my products view is going to be a little bit different than your products view. I'll go over that a little bit later today. But if you go into one of your products, you can see I've already uploaded, you can see a little microphone icon right here next to lesson 1, which is awesome. It means I've already uploaded an audio file. I'm going to go over to lesson 2 where I haven't uploaded anything yet. And you can see I get to pick from my media. I can pick none, which is just me using text. I could pick a video, obviously. I could pick an assessment. But I can also choose audio here now. So I could choose a file, and I'm going to just upload this. I downloaded this crazy song. MP3 example, so I don't know how it's going to actually sound, but I'm going to upload this file, and what it's going to do is it's going to send it over for processing. We're actually using Wistia, just like video, on the back end to be able to play this stuff. And so all of the same benefits you get from using Wistia video, you now you get from using Wistia audio, which is excellent. So let's refresh this page and see if it's done processing yet. It looks like it is. So if I go and preview this page, you can see that you don't have to upgrade your theme or anything like that. We've kind of retrofitted all of the current themes to use this new audio so people can have an audio player straight in line right here. Not only do you get an audio player straight in line, but you also, using this little audio actions tab, can get your audio stats. And I just uploaded this so I don't really get anything, but all the same stats that you get around video, that stuff is going to be there for audio. So that's really cool. This is right inside products. That's one way to do it. That's really exciting already. But what about things like blog posts and landing pages? So we are continuing to improve the platform to have this stuff supported on landing pages as well, and so as well as blog posts. So you get all the same power of audio and the stats and distributing the audio and the really good player. All of that stuff is going to be working out of the box everywhere you can essentially put video, which is really, really exciting. So that is a little demo of audio. Again, this is in your accounts today, so I encourage you guys to jump in. If you're maybe using audio right now as downloads, you're going to get a much better experience switching those over to kind of be first-class citizens because you get all of the tracking, all of the stats, all of the course completion, all kind of lines up with audio. Really, really good stuff. If you guys have any questions, I'm sure I can clarify a little bit more in the Q&A afterward. All right, let's jump into the second point in this theme, which is custom upsell and email opt-in text. So I know you guys have been asking for this for a long time, especially those who are maybe working in different languages or want to use different language for some of their checkout process. If you go to the checkout settings in your site settings, you can see we have email opt-in. And we really recommend that you make this an optional opt-in. Some of you guys might have it set to automatic. That can present problems with deliverability in the future and because people aren't explicitly asking for consent. And so we're really wanting to encourage you guys to use this optional opt-in. I know some of you guys didn't like using the optional opt-in setting because you couldn't customize that text. Well, no longer. You now can customize that text by clicking this Use Custom Text field. We're going to just basically let you know, hey, make sure you clearly communicate to people that they are opting into an email newsletter of some sort. They're going to get on a list and they're going to receive emails from you. That's the important bit. You want to make sure that they know that they're going to be getting emails sent to them, because otherwise, if they don't know, they'll hit that spam button, you'll get complaints, and then your sender score will go down, your deliverability will go down, the entire platform will be affected by this. So we want to make sure that when you're putting together your messaging here, that you're being really clear about what's happening. But the cool part is now you can customize this. So instead of just saying subscribe to our email list, maybe you want to say, hey, get my once weekly newsletter. That's a much I don't know, if you're only sending stuff once a week, that's a really clear way to communicate. I'm only sending this once a week. You don't have to worry about getting spammed by me. You could even say, hey, I won't spam you, right? And what this will do is this will update all of your checkout pages to now include that checkbox with the Get My Once Weekly newsletter. So let's go check that out really quick. I'm going to click on this Sales tab. And I'm going to go preview one of these. And you can see right here it says Get My Once Weekly newsletter. Hey, I won't spam you. So very cool. Now people have real explicit permission that they're giving you to have you email them, and you get to customize that text. That's really, really neat. Let's talk about the next bit, which is even more text customization. This time it's inside of the upsell. So I'm going to go back to this test offer, and I have an upsell in here. I'm going to click into this upsell, and right here you have always been able to kind of customize the purchase button, but not customize the cancel button. So I can customize the purchase button saying, yes, I want this offer, or hey, not at this time. And that's going to customize that upsell. It's just really, really neat. Let's see, can I activate it? And so next time I go to this upsell, it's going to obviously have that cancel button customized. So that's some of the customizations that we've added to our upsell and our checkout page. And we have so many other plans for checkout that we're not quite willing to share with you guys yet, but we have some really cool stuff in the hopper, especially related to customization. We know that's a huge deal for you guys. We want to continue to invest in that over time. So really, really cool feature there. Let's go to the third bullet point, which is brand new site templates. Our themes team has been investing heavily into fleshing out even more and more templates to really showcase how flexible this new website builder is. And so if you click over into your website design, you click Manage Themes. I'm going to click over to there. Give it a little sec. By the way, guys, if you have any questions, feel free to jump into Slido. Folks will post it in the chat, and you guys can ask questions, and I'll answer them at the end of the session. So now that I'm here, I can hit Pick Theme, And we have all the themes that we've had before, but we've added 2 new ones, Rise and Reach. And so Rise is kind of like a modern theme. You see that there's a really cool logo list here, really cool color work with the different contrast, and these sections have just been built from the ground up to make for a really good template. So I'm going to click Get Started on Rise just to show you guys how a lot of this is built. And the thing that you guys have to realize is this isn't just one page that's customized. This is an entire website theme. So everything from the login page to the website page to the library, all of that stuff has been done in this theme. So if you're just starting out with your website or you're looking at redoing your website, looking at one of these templates might be a good starting place for you to find a good fit. Like I said, this is the home page. It looks really, really nice and clean. I can easily switch over to like, hey, what does a library page look like for the theme? Let's take a look. And like you could see, very kind of premium looking. That dark contrast is really cool. This might be really, really nice if you have like a slick, modern premium offering and you want things to be, just have that premium feel with that dark colored background. So Rise would be really, really good for sites like that. Let's go check out the other theme. I'm going to hit Pick Theme again. I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to do Reach. Now, our team has dug in and interviewed a lot of Kajabi heroes from different industries, and Reach was specifically researched for folks who are doing coaching. What would a coach like to see? What does their site kind of look like? And so I'm going to go ahead and install this theme, and we'll go take a look at a couple pages for this theme and see if it's a really good fit for coaches. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and customize the Reach theme. Give it a minute. This is the thing that I just really love about themes in Kajabi, and the really cool part about this isn't a brand new, it's not like it's all new code. What we have done is we have our themes team really heavily customize the framework of Encore that we've built to build out these really cool themes. And so you could take a theme like Reach and you could convert it over into Rise with a bunch of customizations, but this gives you a really good starting point for all this stuff. So, really big personality-based theme here. We're bringing in some imagery, a lot more about you as the coach and the services you provide. You might have some courses paired with some one-on-one coaching, maybe paired with some group coaching or a mastermind. And so, having those multiple offerings all in one place is really a great thing to have. And then testimonials are huge for coaches, right? So we wanted to make sure we highlighted testimonials in this page. Let's go check out what the library looks like. Imagine you're a coach and you're bringing all of your clients into Kajabi. What are they going to see when they land in that library? And what you want is a really clean, empathetic way of communicating all of your different products. So, nice, white, clean, simple, but also the ability to kind of select more offers. So as your coaching clients are going through your content, they're going through your courses, maybe they might be interested in booking a coaching session with you or booking a set of coaching sessions with you, going through a mastermind or a group coaching session. This is a really cool way to display directly in your library what folks can kind of follow up on after they've looked at their courses. So that is the Reach theme, and that's all. Those are our 2 brand new site templates that we published. So if you guys are interested in using those, all you need to do is go to your website design tab, click Pick a Theme, and you could look at those themes down at the bottom. Okay. There's a couple other little improvements as well. One piece of feedback that we've been getting from people is as we've been making all these improvements to websites, folks have wanted a lot of those improvements that we brought into websites, specifically around like headers and footers and things like that, brought into landing pages, and we've done just that. So I'm going to go just create a brand new page, and I'm going to just pick the streamlined home one. Get started. Hello World, my favorite page name. And as this theme is installing, some of the updates that we've brought here are, brand new header controls for the link lists and cards and social icons and things like that. Some of those were a little bit static and hard to manage, but we've brought a lot of that stuff in. And so, as you can see, you can rearrange your logo and your menus, your user menus and stuff like that looks like I could bring the user menu, I guess, all the way over here if I wanted to. so people can have their drop-down menu there. I could rearrange some of my link list menus. I could even bring social icons right here in the headers if I wanted to, which is great. I know a lot of people like having the social icons at the top instead of the bottom. But we've basically added all these new sections. We even have a hello bar. So, when people get to your website, they might want to see, a new announcement or, a new promotion. I don't know, March Madness promo. Get it now. And you can actually have this go to a URL like an offer and things like that. So really, really neat. Lots of really cool tools that you can add to your headers, and that's some feedback that we got on the website themes that didn't exist on the landing page themes. Now they all exist on landing page themes. So guys, go check that out. Again, this is all in your account today, and it's going to be really, really fun to play around with. I would love to hear your feedback. Be sure to jump in the comments, ask any questions in the Q&A. I'm sure the team would love to hear from you guys. So that's the very first. I know that felt like a lot, and it was, but that was the very first theme that we went over. I want to go over the next theme, which is that we are bringing increased clarity and productivity inside of your admin. And so give this video a quick watch, and then I'll do some more demos.
At Kajabi, we believe that success in the knowledge economy should be accessible to everyone, and that's why we're always looking for opportunities to bring more clarity and ease of use to our platform. One way we've added clarity during our latest round of updates is by revamping the offer grant page. This is a central location where you can grant offers and see every offer a customer owns before granting them a new one, so you can both save you time and gain a clearer picture of how your members are accessing your content. This cycle, we're also introducing an exciting new feature to increase transparency and facilitate even greater collaboration between our team and our customers, and it's called Kajabi Labs. Kajabi Labs is a centralized hub where you can see all the new projects our team is working on, including any new features we are currently beta testing. And you'll be able to toggle those features on and off in your account so that you can tailor your Kajabi experience to fit the needs of your business. Kajabi Labs is also a place where you can leave valuable feedback on these features that we'll use for future improvements. We're excited for you to explore and participate in Kajabi Labs in ways that will ultimately improve the platform and make sure you can get exactly what you want out of your business on Kajabi.
Oh man, I am so excited, especially for Kajabi Labs. But we also announced one other thing to kind of improve your admin experience. So before I get into Kajabi Labs, which is substantial, because not only am I demoing Kajabi Labs, but I'm also going to demo a couple things that are in Kajabi Labs today that you guys can kind of play with and try out as well. But before we get into that, I want to show a seemingly small improvement, but it's actually a big deal for a lot of people who are granting offers to people. So I'm going to go into my sales tab, which I'm sure you guys are, the keen eyes are probably asking, why do you have a sales tab? That's actually a really good question. I'll answer that question when we get into Kajabi Labs. But I'm going to go into my sales tab where we have offers. I'm not going to go into my sales tab. I'm actually going to go into my people tab, and I'm going to click on a person, and I'm going to look at their offers. And I'm going to show you a brand new flow that we came up with to kind of make it a lot cleaner when it comes to granting offers. So I'm going to click on Jeremy. Looks like I was testing with our Facebook pixel. Hint, hint, wink, wink. There might be some Facebook pixel improvements coming soon. And I'm going to click on this More Actions list, and I'm going to hit Grant Offers. Now, our old Grant Offers flow was really just pretty simple and straightforward, but it didn't give you a lot of feedback in terms of, does this person already have this offer? When do they have this offer? Which ones can I give them now? Things like that. And we've just redone this screen to make it a little bit easier, so you can see that a new offer was granted to me today, March 11th, and that it's been granted, it hasn't been revoked. And so you'll be able to see the status of a lot of these offers, whether they purchased one, whether they were granted one, whether they had one revoked. And then you can also grant one right in line here. And so this offer management screen is just a lot easier to use. So I can add hello and hit save. That's going to add hello to my offers. So this is going to be a good place, especially if you're dealing with people with a lot of offers. or you're dealing with a lot of members with a lot of offers, is going to be a good way to kind of investigate, hey, which ones do they have granted to them, which ones have they purchased, which ones have been revoked, things like that. So minor improvement, but I think it's going to really help from an admin experience. And we're just going to be taking, we're also going to be improving across the board a lot of these little interactions that just kind of get frustrating over time. Okay. So let's get into one of my more favorite parts of this particular recap, and that is Kajabi Labs. So if you had, by the way, all of this is in your account today. This isn't just a preview or a teaser or anything like that. We have plenty to tease later. But if you go into your settings, let's get over to settings and go to Labs. You're going to see a little labs icon there, and you can click on that. This is going to be your entry point into Kajabi Labs, where you guys can test out new beta features that might be a little bit rough around the edges, but we're really ready to show in production. And you guys have to know the way that we operate as a development team, as a product team, is that we want to get feedback early. We're going to put our products out there in your guys' account before maybe they're completely perfectly polished, because we believe done is better than perfect. We also believe that getting feedback early is a really, really good thing to do, whether you're developing a software as a service product like we are, or whether you're developing a new program or online course or digital product. Getting that feedback is key. And so we've created Kajabi Labs to kind of be that middle ground, so it doesn't have to feel like we release everything that we release is still early, but we can also let you guys opt in to things that seem new and exciting and things that you guys would want to test out. But if it's not working out, you can always just kind of flip it off and go back to the old way before we fully roll it out. And so it's a really, really good way to do feedback. So I've already flipped on a couple features for myself. I kind of cheated already, but you guys are going to see that we have a couple items inside of our Kajabi Labs today. We have new admin experience for knowledge products. You guys already kind of saw this today, but I'm going to go over it really quickly because it actually adds a lot of improvements to how you go and build your products. So I'm going to head over to products right now. And you can see we've redone this list. The list is a lot more efficient. If you have a lot of products, it's going to load a lot faster. We've also separated kind of how you sort your library into a different function, so it doesn't feel like you have to drag and drop in some weird way. You can go over to this library sorting and just rearrange all of your different courses for how they show up when a member views the library. So we've just been a lot more clear about it because it was kind of a hidden function that a lot of people didn't know about. Now it's a lot easier to find. By the way, if you guys flip on this feature and you guys want to leave feedback and get directly to the team who's working on it, you could just click this leave feedback button. Very, very easy. I'm going to go inside of a product really quick, like this mini course. Actually, I wonder if there's a big course that I have, because that's a really good way to see it. You can see that we've redone kind of this this outline view. You were always able to kind of work on publishing, dripping, locking a lot of your content, but we now have this one add content, or these add content buttons in line where you can add a new category, subcategory, post, just from anywhere, which is really cool. So I could say I just want a new post, and then it'll tell me, hey, which category do you want to put it in, which is really nice and quick. So I can easily just say, new post, hello world, my favorite title, and I'll select the category that it goes into and hit create post. And that's going to create the post. It's going to throw it right there inside of the outline. It's going to highlight it, which is great. So if you guys are working with products that are like really, really big, we really optimize this experience for you guys as well. So when you go, and this might be a little bit more difficult to see, but when you go to click on a post, it's going to bring you straight to that post, like super fast, which is great. And when you want to go back, it's not going to like load back to the top of the page. It's going to put you right there where you left off in your post. So it's going to be really easy to kind of switch back and forth between different posts very, very easily. We've also just, I showed the screen a little bit a little while ago. We've streamlined this screen a little bit more too, so it's things are a little bit easier to see and do. But I think what you guys are going to get the most benefit out of is just like how quickly it is to kind of jump in, edit a post, jump in, edit another post, rearrange things, collapse things. It's all just like fairly intuitive, fairly easy to work with, especially when you guys have a lot of stuff. And so there's a lot more to this that I haven't covered. Things like searching and like how I could say world, you can now search directly in line here and it'll take you right to that post. Again, if you have a lot of stuff, it makes it really, really easy. I can easily, draft things. I could even, I think, yeah, so you could jump in and edit a category, I believe, right in line as well, which you weren't able to do. Just pulls it right here, and I could say course contents, I don't know, 2, and hit save, and that's going to update it, so it doesn't have to switch back and forth between pages. So a lot of this is just a lot more streamlined and quick. What we want you guys to do is we're still, we feel confident about releasing this, and we're probably going to be releasing it soon, but it is in Kajabi Labs. So what we would love for you guys to do is to go in Kajabi Labs, enable it, play around with it with your outline, with your post, and if you see anything that's off or missing, feel free to leave some feedback so we can put it in before we go to a wide release. So that's the product improvements inside of Labs. Let's go into the other little features of Labs. This is going to be exciting. Hopefully this is as exciting for you guys as it is for me, because I think there's some really cool things in here. And this isn't the last one. I think we have like 3 or 4 more things that we're going to be putting in here very, very soon. I mentioned the new sales tab, and so we're testing this idea of we're making some room for some brand new things that we're going to be delivering this year. I'll say that, but we're going to one of the big confusions that some folks came in when they came into Kajabi the first time was like, hey, why are offers underneath products? Like, shouldn't there be like a sales section where you can manage your payments and your coupons and things like that? And yes, so we're testing this idea of what it looks like to have a sales tab, where you can have your offers and then all of your digital products, and maybe even future updates that we might have around digital products will kind of go underneath that products tab. So we've made an update there. You can also see you have easier access to, your offers. You also have a brand new coupon screen, which I'll explain a little bit more right here. We've, again, streamlined how you guys do coupons and what it looks like to look at coupons and consume those. And you can turn on that sales tab to kind of see that updated coupon screen. It's a lot easier to see what's expired, in a grid view, like what each coupon does, easily create bulk coupon codes and things like that. We're really excited to kind of share that update to the coupon screen for you guys. All right, back to Labs. Let's go over a couple more features. Let me see how we are on time. Oh, we're pretty good on time. Okay. You guys want me to do more demos? I'm assuming so. I'm just going to keep going. Let's share some other cool stuff. There's one that's really exciting that I think you guys will really like. I wish we had it in everybody's account, but we want to test it a little bit more and make sure it's a good solution before we roll it out to everybody. We have this new people page. That one has been kind of in the wild for a while. We'd love for you guys to test that out too. Go enable it. We've kind of made filtering a lot faster. We've made the loading of people a lot faster. Segments are now kind of moved around. And so go try out that people page. But the favorite one, and again, this is early, but it's in Labs, so I think the team is confident about it, is website pages. We've been hard at work kind of to tease out the difference between landing pages and website pages, and with our new website update, we've already set up that architecture to really support website pages out of the box. So what's the difference between a website page and a landing page? Well, when you're creating a landing page, really the philosophy that we have around a landing page is that a landing page is there to kind of like help be a sales page or to support a sales funnel or any sort of marketing activities, where a website page might be something like an About Us page, or maybe it is like an event page, but you want it to inherit the header and the footer and all of the branding of your website. You're going to soon, and you guys can again try this out by flipping it on in Kajabi Labs, you will soon be able to kind of create your own website pages that inherit all of that functionality. And so let me go turn this on, and I'm going to click in the website, and we'll see some new updates to how some of this stuff is essentially organized. Okay. So all of your pages, show up here like usual. I'm going to go over to Pages really quick. Let's wait for this to load. And you can see that we've now separated websites into website pages, landing pages, and pipeline pages. And so you can see we have our store, our sales page, and these ones are ones that are built into the system, right? Like your library, the announcements page. But you can see I have an About Us page too. And that's just like a regular page that I can customize and rearrange and things like that. But I could even create a brand new one however I want. So I'm going to say new website page. And look, it's already inheriting from my website called Kim Fit, right? So I'm going to say my new website page. I'm going to hit customize page. This is going to show up in my sitemap. It's going to show up. It's going to bring in all of the branding from my current website. If I change like the header logo and stuff, it's going to change everywhere my website pages are. And so you can now see I can customize this. It's not like it's inflexible. You get everything that you get from Kajabi pages. You just get it synced up to how your website has been built and how it looks. So really, really exciting stuff. You guys can go turn that on in Kajabi Labs today and go play with it. Be sure to give the team feedback. You can, again, give feedback directly in Kajabi Labs as well. Let me show that to you guys real quick. And then we can move on to the next little bit. Okay. Again, to get to Kajabi Labs, you click on your settings right here at the bottom of your dashboard, and then you click on Labs, which is inside of your website settings. So let's wait for this to load up. And I'm going to click on Labs. Internet's a little slow today in the office. Okay, here we go. So, like I said, under each of these cards, if you're playing with website pages and you have some feedback, you can always click this feedback icon. This is going to take us straight to either a type form or a card in our product board portal for you to give kind of feedback, and that's going to go directly to the team. So very, very cool. Let's see. Okay, so on to our next segment. We're going to show another Kajabi Hero London video, and then we're going to go over some, we're going to show a video of some of the bug fixes that we made in this cycle more recently, and then I'll cover some really cool previews that we have for the future cycles that we'll be rolling out soon. So I hope this is exciting to you guys. Let's watch this video about another London Kajabi hero.
My name is Sahar. I am a Kajabi hero from London, and this is my Kajabi hero story. Before I got started with Kajabi, I was a healthy food blogger for about 3 to 4 years, and I did that while being a stay-at-home mom. Now, for me, that choice was very personal and important to me because I wanted to be able to create an income while looking after my family at the same time. But if I'm honest, I was making peanuts from my blog. So in 2020, I decided, you know what, I'd had enough. All these years blogging, I had learned how to grow my traffic with Pinterest. So I knew that if I could do it for myself, this is something that I could do for others. So I put the word out there, and shortly afterwards, I landed myself 2 clients, which I was super excited about. Then, of course, coronavirus came and hit all of us sideways, and I lost all of my clients on the same day. And so what I did was I took all the knowledge that I had about Pinterest, I put it together in a course, and I made the decision to launch it. So the first day of the launch came, I made 0 sales. Like, nobody cared. They were crickets. And I remember when I woke up the next morning, the anxiety levels were off the roof because imposter syndrome came for me. And I was just thinking, like, everyone's laughing at me. Who am I to even sell a course? Who do I think I am? So by the end of the second day, I remember I was feeling so dejected and so overwhelmed. But when you're in the middle of a launch, you can't just run away and hide. And so I remember I sat down to record some Facebook ads for the course. And then I get this notification on my phone from PayPal. And the notification said that I got £597 into my account. And as soon as I got that, I remember I ran to my husband. I was like, I'm not crazy. I convinced someone to pay me. We did it. We did it. Like, we're not imposters. Somebody actually bought the course. And that moment for me was so validating. And it was also my first taste of what it's like to make passive income. So now fast forward to 2 to 3 weeks later, and I closed my launch with 5 sales, my first launch ever. I had made the most money in my business than I ever had before in the shortest amount of time. And for me, it wasn't like a 6-figure launch in 6 minutes, right? Like all the messaging online says. But it was huge for me. And I'm so grateful that I just took messy action. I was so afraid, but I went ahead and did it because now I'm able to help women and mothers grow their website traffic through Pinterest, through my courses and services. I went from being a broke blogger to a digital entrepreneur in the middle of a pandemic while homeschooling 4 children. So to me, that's just insane. My #1 favorite feature from Kajabi has to be their partner program because their commissions are so good and it's so easy to just make an extra income. I am so excited about all the growth my business has seen so far, and Kajabi has definitely been a part of that story.
At Kajabi, we're serious about putting your feedback to good use. Here are a few examples from our latest round of updates that show the power of your feedback in action. First, we've added clarity to the contact deletion process. You'll now be able to see exactly which contacts have been deleted when cleaning up your list so that you have ultimate visibility while keeping your contacts up to date. We've also made improvements to the way your videos load on the landing pages built with Encore 1.0.0, so that when a customer visits your site, your videos will load seamlessly with the rest of your page. These enhancements are all about helping you get the most out of Kajabi. But we're not done yet. Keep sharing your thoughts, and we'll keep making the Kajabi experience even better. Head to ideas.kajabi.com to share your feedback with our team.
Okay, awesome. So just like that video just went over, the product team here at Kajabi, literally all of the teams here at Kajabi love hearing your feedback, because really you guys are the lifeblood of what makes us successful, and your success is our success. So we're so dedicated to making sure that you can start, that you can continue to scale your business, and that you guys can continue to find success over and over and over again as you build out your businesses. So one of the things that we want to, be extra communicative of are the things that we've fixed or improved. And so one of those bullet points that I wanted to go over was just clear labels for contact deletion. This is an enhancement that our marketing team made due to an issue that was giving our customers a different email deliverability report counts. And this enhancement actually gives us cleaner, more accurate data for those that are cleaning up their lists and identifying who's inactive and which contacts have been deleted and things like that. And so we're going to be bringing much more enhancements, and I'll talk about that in just a second around email and email deliverability. I'm excited to talk about some of the new things that we're going to be bringing to market, but that's just one of them that we have in the app today. The other improvement that we made, or a fix that we made, is videos now load more consistently inside of landing pages. So we noticed that there was a little bug in some versions of Encore page 1.0.0 that some videos were not loading for a small period of time, and we were able to actually fix that across the board. So now all those videos are loading consistently. Okay, so those are two improvements that we've made just recently. I want to go into some things that we're going to be talking about, especially for the next cycle, and some things that are going to be rolling out over the coming weeks, because all the things I just went over, all those things are in your account today. I just want to be clear, like, stuff is in your account or in Kajabi Labs, and we want to go over some of the things that are actually going to be coming in the next few weeks. Okay, so. Consent for credit card storage. Now, this is an important one, especially for compliance for like Visa and MasterCard and things like that. We're going to be giving you new options in your checkout for how members will, they'll be able to kind of check a box to say, I want to save my card under certain circumstances and things like that. And so we're going to be rolling that out and communicating the plan of how that looks and what those options look like for you guys, especially for one-time purchases. If somebody's purchasing a course for the first time, subscriptions, this doesn't really matter. If somebody's purchasing a course, they're going to get the option to save their card on file or not. And that's going to make sure that you guys stay in line with a lot of the compliance and regulation around the credit card holders and things like that. I briefly demoed the new coupons experience, but that is going to be rolling out to everybody's account soon as well, which we're really excited about. No dates on it, but we're slowly rolling it out to a percentage of folks. And we're really excited to kind of get that new coupons experience in place. I demoed that new product builder that we use, that really lightning quick product builder that's there for folks that have a lot of posts or just want a cleaner experience. That's in Kajabi Labs. Again, I recommend you guys go and check it out today. Enable it into your account. If you guys find issues, send feedback so we can find out what those issues are. When we're replacing such big functionality like this, we're bound to miss something. And we've already caught a couple things thanks to those of you who have discovered Labs a little bit early and started playing with it in your accounts. So we're really excited to get that rolled out. Let's see. Ooh, this is a really cool one. We're making a huge update to our Kajabi mobile app that's going to introduce video casting like AirPlay and Chromecast and things like that. we're going to be introducing background audio. So, if you guys are playing audio in the background and you close out the app, it's not going to stop or pause the video or audio or anything like that. And we're going to be bringing a native experience to community products. So we've really built this app from the ground up. We already have it submitted to the app stores, and we're going to be rolling it out to different installs over the coming weeks, and making sure everything kind of rolls out really, really nicely. But we're really, really excited to share some awesome updates to the Kajabi mobile app with you guys soon. Let's see, I demoed the website pages. What we're gonna end up calling it, it's still to be decided, but in the next few weeks or so, you guys will start seeing a lot more messaging around those website pages and how to switch over to website pages and what that looks like for you guys. Let's see, audio support on blogs. So you'll be able to, add audio support, that native audio player that I shared in posts. You guys will be able to put that on blogs, which is really, really cool. And that's just the beginning of audio for us. We have so many cool things to share really, really soon here around audio. Let's see, what else? There's 2 more. This is so much. We've been working on so much. We have a new custom domain setup flow. So if you've experienced the current, setup flow using Cloudflare and things like that, or you've kind of looked at the Cloudflare setup flow and you're like, I would prefer this to be easier, or I want to hire somebody to do it, we totally understand. We've actually simplified the domain setup flow significantly. We're going to be rolling that out to accounts as well and communicating when it's fully rolled out. So for those of you who haven't made the jump to switch your domain over, not only is it going to be easier for you to set up your domain for your website, but also just setting up your domain for email sending so that you can send directly from your domain and your reputation. That's going to be a lot easier to configure as well. And lastly, and this is the big one, we have been hard at work as a team to be bringing a lot better email deliverability enhancements to the platform. And so we've been adding multiple features to make sure that you have all the right protection and reliability and stability across all aspects related to your contact lists and your email. I wanted to give you some more detail on what you guys can expect in terms of updates, because we want to show you guys we take email deliverability really seriously, and we also take your lists really seriously. So we want to work with you guys to make sure that we're providing the best experience for how you guys manage your email lists, and that we're giving you guys the best education too for what it looks like to manage, being an email sender, sending mass emails. And I just want to preface this by saying something that Jcron also said in the Facebook group, this last week, which the landscape of email is really changing. There's been a lot more demands in terms of how what it looks like to maintain a healthy send reputation, a lot more skepticism from email providers and inbox providers, and then a lot more malicious activity and bots that are coming in to help try to essentially kind of like spam bomb your email lists and insert emails that maybe folks didn't give permission to sign up on your list, and you didn't even necessarily ask for it. And so we're working on a bunch of different tools to make sure that that we can more effectively manage email lists on our side, and that you guys have all the tools that you need to effectively manage email lists on your side. So here's what we're doing. We've already started rolling out a rate limiting feature for form submission. So if a bot comes along to your site and they start trying to throw in a bunch of bogus emails into your forms, maybe some of you guys have noticed this over time. It happens from time to time, but you get a lot of bogus form submissions. We're actually putting tools in place to make sure that we block those bots. First by rate limiting them, meaning they can't submit 100 at a time or anything like that. We're making sure that we have systems in place to make sure that those bots aren't acting out of malicious intent. The second thing that we're putting in is we're going to be doing some filtering for what's considered a high-risk contact during the importing process. So if you are taking a list, and if this list is clean, and you got confirmation, and this list is engaged with your email, you're really not going to have any problems. Like, you're not going to have high-risk contacts kind of come into play. Where this is at is if maybe you've bought an email list, or you've had a lot of potential spam emails or a lot of junk emails that haven't really engaged with you in a while. We're going to go through and use some very special validation automation tools to kind of determine this is a high-risk contact because it's been determined in our system and in our email sending provider that we're partnering with that it shouldn't be an email that we send to. It's kind of a junk email, and we'll make sure we take those that we filter those out of your list when you're sending, so that your deliverability actually goes up and the engagement goes up, and then we can continue to build that strong reputation for you guys. And so what we're going to do is we'll send you a follow-up email when you do an import and let you know which specific contacts didn't import and why. And you can work with us if you notice, like, hey, my buddy has this email address. I know it's a valid email address. We can work some of those details out on getting that person onto the list. The third thing that we are putting in is we're putting in what's called reCAPTCHA for forms. Have you guys ever kind of gone to a website and you're filling out a form and you have to kind of fill out that puzzle? Well, we're doing something similar to that, but we're making sure that we're partnering, we're coming up with the right solution, and we're partnering with you guys to make sure it's not one, that we can keep bots out of your guys' email lists, but that we can also provide a really, really great user experience for people who are opting in. And so currently our reCAPTCHA solution is rolled out to a small percentage of customers, and we're actually going to be adding it to Kajabi Labs on the 16th of March. And what this will do is it will keep a lot of spam bots from filling out your forms, and we're going to continue to iterate to make sure it's a great user experience for people who are humans and not bots. And so we really encourage you guys to get your hands on it when it's available. And again, that's going to be March 16th. We're going to be getting it into Kajabi Labs. We'll send it on an announcement, and you guys can kind of kick the tires on what that looks like for all of your opt-in forms. I want to also clarify that this doesn't affect checkout at all. We're not working on checkout at the moment in terms of opt-ins. We're really working on the forms part, your opt-in forms part of your Kajabi websites. And being transparent with you guys is really kind of a core value that we have here at Kajabi. We want to ensure you that, like, as we roll out reCAPTCHA, we'll keep all of you guys updated into how it affects your account and the impact that it makes, so you guys have a heads up on all of that. Now, here's one thing to say is with regards to reCAPTCHA, the majority of forms in Kajabi, about 70%, are already using double opt-in, and we're not going to throw reCAPTCHA on that form if you guys have double opt-in enabled. We recommend double opt-in because it's a really surefire way to make sure that the people who want to be on your email lists are actually engaging with their email and confirming that they're double opt-in. They're going to be a really good lead for you in the future because they've already proven that they can open an email for you. So, in order to get those higher rates, those more engaged leads, we recommend enabling double opt-in, and you won't have to worry about any of this reCAPTCHA stuff, which is great. So we're currently rolling out version 2 of reCAPTCHA, but we're exploring even more ideal implementations of some of that, and we're going to be iterating on kind of what that looks like, what our implementation for reCAPTCHA looks like while it's in Kajabi Labs. Okay, so that's point number 3. Let's move on to point number 4. I know this is a lot of information, and we have an FAQ that can cover a lot of the a lot more of the details. But we're working on a process to identify and exclude some of the high risk and inactive contacts from your sends. So the team is working on a new set of filters to make sure that we identify all the high risk folks that are currently in your email list. These can come from bots that came and crawled the site and inserted stuff into your forms that you didn't realize, or it could be from a bad import, or somebody just signing up with somebody else's email when they didn't have permission. We're going to look at identifying what those are, and we're going to notify you guys, hey, here are the contacts in your site that we've identified as high risk, or even those who maybe you've sent a bunch of emails to and they haven't opened any of them, and we would recommend that you guys would clean those up. So what we're going to do is we're eventually going to filter out sending for those high risk and highly inactive contacts. Now, before you guys get scared about that, I want to reassure you guys this is actually a very low number for a vast majority of sites. We're talking maybe 1 or 2 contacts per site. There might be sites that are some outliers, and we're going to work directly with you guys. If you end up having a lot of high risk contacts inside of your contact list, we're going to work directly with you guys to make sure your list is in a really healthy space. So feel free, or be prepared for a reach out from Kajabi on the timeline of all of these things and what to expect and how we can help you guys get your email lists in tip-top shape, so that we can have the strongest deliverability possible as a platform. And like I said, we're doing all this because we care. We care that you guys have confidence in every email that you send, that it's going to be ending up in people's inboxes, that it's going to be sent to people who are engaged, who want to hear from you, and that we're following best practices when it comes to email deliverability. So we'll communicate more of the timeline here. You guys can check out our blog post. We'll throw that in the chat, as well as our FAQ doc if you guys have any questions. And I'm happy to answer any questions as well in the Q&A that we'll just be doing in a few minutes. And we want to recognize that these changes are new to the typical practices that we've done over the past couple years. We're realizing that this is now a shift in how we're handling email deliverability across the board, and we want to make sure that we're educating you guys as much as possible, and that we're partnering together to make sure that we have the strongest email deliverability platform for knowledge entrepreneurs. So we're really, really excited to start sharing all the details with you guys there. Okay, awesome. Thank you guys for listening to that email deliverability update that I had. Before we go into the Q&A, I just want to announce really quick, I've been hearing it a little bit in the chat, and I know some folks have been sharing it. We have a product called Kajabi Access that's available to you guys if you want extra help getting dedicated time with a customer success manager regularly, as well as being able to double all of your quotas. It's a really good plan, especially if you're considering upgrading right now, and you might not want to make the full jump. The access is kind of a halfway step there, and you also get a personal trainer to help you on your road to success with Kajabi. So be sure to sign up for the access plan. We'll also share that in the chat as well and link that. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll jump into a Q&A, and then we'll close off with a final Kajabi Hero video. So I'm going to jump into the Q&A and kind of see what we can answer here. Again, guys, you can go to slido.com and enter, I believe it's hashtag Kajabi London as the code, and I will jump in and start answering some of these questions. Okay. First one, are there any plans to improve assessments? Yeah, so we do have a team that has huge desires to want to improve assessments, and we have some really cool ideas for how we want to kind of separate, because I know that they're kind of intermingled, and people kind of ask, hey, when do I use assessments and when do I use forms? We really want to try to give those two products distinct identities, where assessments is much more focused on assessing somebody's knowledge inside of your actual course. And so we really want to try to move it over there and keep forms kind of on the front end for like lead generation and things like that. We're not currently working on it, but it's something that I know the team wants to tackle this year. Kind of in the same vein, Anonymous asks, can we get a certificate? Currently, there's a lot of customers who are using a combination of Kajabi and Zapier, and then another service like Credible, or there's a couple other ones to send certificates. Some other folks are even sending certificates via an automation in Kajabi to send them an email. That's another option as well. But that's something that we're continually exploring. It's kind of in the same vein of assessments, where it's like if somebody passes an assessment, what do we want to do to be able to give them certificates? We're not quite like handling accreditation and certification, because we know it varies across all kinds of different industries. I know, like, for instance, I was just talking with somebody the other day who's doing like project management certifications, and that has a whole different process than somebody who's like just sending a certificate to say, hey, congrats, like you can go frame this on your wall. So we want to be aware of what certification and accreditation looks like, and make sure that we partner with the right folks to make that happen.
Sorry,
Siri was talking to me. Development plans for assessments. We already covered this one. It looks like there's a lot of folks who really want updates to assessments. I agree. I think assessments is due for an update, and I think we could do a really, especially with some of the recent updates that we've been making on a lot of our different products, we can introduce a lot of new life into that product. I think it's already really cool when you start stringing things together and you start using assessments to tag people and segment them. But I think we could do even better and do a really, really awesome job of assessments when we take a second crack at it. Well, we need to recreate our pages to use the new builder features. I mean, this is kind of the the advice I give to people when we update new builder features. In some cases, you'll get some of those just like out of the box. Like for instance, when we introduce audio, like you don't have to change your theme to kind of use audio. Some of the new builder features like the website pages and stuff like that, if you want to use those, I'd recommend using them the next time you want to just go, redesign your page. I think some people get caught up in like, oh, there's a new feature, I must use it, and therefore I have to go redo everything. That's not always the case. If you like what you have, keep it. When you're ready to update it, you can always use these new features. They're always there available to you. Great. I've heard that improvements are coming to communities. Is this happening in 2021? I prefer communities to Facebook groups. Thanks. Yeah, we have a lot of options here. No real details to share because some of it is, can be. We want to keep a lot of it confidential, but like we do want to focus on making a community product awesome this year. Hopefully, we'll share more soon. Any plans for Kajabi Summit in 2021? I don't know. I'm looking at the marketing team right now. We're kind of playing it by ear in terms of what the pandemic looks like. I don't know if we have a date set or a venue set or anything like that, but we would love to do a live event again. And I'm sure that will all come back on the table as the world returns to its new normal and folks get vaccinated. Great question. Do we need to recreate our pages using the builder features? I've already answered that one. Can we create podcasts in Kajabi? Wow, great question. This is all I will say for now is we're bringing audio into courses and blogs and pages and things like that. And I would only say that's only the beginning for audio. For this year. We have lots of things that we're currently working on and building, and podcast is definitely a huge consideration there. So I'm excited to share the details with you guys soon. When are we getting the partner affiliate link for the Think It, Build It promo? Allie, Monday? Monday is the answer for that one. Thanks, Sherry. Janice asks, can you use both video and audio in the same sections of course, like on the why we have the user choose which to use? So technically, yes, because right now we support audio and like, you can still add it to the download section and have it as a supplemental. The reason why we have you choose just one for kind of the main content is for tracking purposes, right? It gets a little bit more fuzzy if you have video and audio and like, is it supplemental? Are they both additional? Do they have to listen to both of them, or do they have to just listen to one? That gets a little bit more hairy. So what we're doing is we're keeping it simple. We're saying there's one primary, media like the video or the audio, and that's what kind of tracks. But if you want to add supplemental audio, you can do what we've been doing for, what folks in Kajabi have been doing for years, which is upload it in the download section, and we'll give you a little player inside of the theme. Great question. Chris Moore. Hey, Chris. How's it going? Good to see you. Are there plans to auto-update all themes to the latest version with new features instead of needing to go to the JSON file and do a manual update? Yes, there is. It's on the roadmap for the themes team. We've already done a lot of like architectural improvements behind the scenes to kind of set ourselves up so that like there can be like an upgrade button, which would be awesome. Anonymous asks, is it possible to add an image to a sound clip? It looks a little boring with only the player. I believe if you upload I would have to see how it looks. I don't have a full answer for you yet. I know you can upload a thumbnail, and I think the thumbnail does show up as like a little square. Yeah, if you guys saw in the video, if you upload the thumbnail, you can, it shows a little thumbnail in the square. And the same goes for like pages and blog posts and things like that. Do we have a method to log sales that come as checks or other forms of payment that don't get processed? Anonymous asks. Not currently. It's something that I would love to do, though. I mean, full disclosure, like what I would love to do is whatever you guys are using to process payment, I would love for you guys to like put it into Kajabi so that all the accounting stuff, all of your, everything that you're making off of selling your Kajabi products is showing up inside of Kajabi. That would be amazing. And so that's something that we're looking into from like a platform perspective, and something that we'll kind of see how it works out in the future. I know Kathy asked about taxes right here in the chat, so I'll just answer it really quick because Kathy has been working with our team on even testing taxes for the past year or so, and we've been going back and forth on how to best do taxes. We actually have a really good solution in place now, and we'll be sharing with you guys really soon about what it looks like. I think it's literally the best possible solution for our Kajabi heroes in taxes, because we've been working the last year on a bunch of different solutions that just didn't feel quite right. It would require you to integrate with X or integrate with Y, or have a half-baked solution over here, and I think we finally found the solution that everybody's going to be really, really happy with. So we're really excited to share that soon. Are there any plans to introduce different blog library formats, like arranging blog tiles side by side? I think it's better UX, and I'd invest more time creating blog. All I would ask whoever asked this question is if you're trying out the newest website themes, there are some options to how to lay out the blog. If you're using an older version of a theme, maybe there's not a lot of options there. But if you're using a newer version, I believe we have like a list view and a grid view and things like that. And then if you really want to go nuts, you could hire a Kajabi developer to completely change up the format of your blog by editing the code, and that's a really good option as well. Okay, are there plans to introduce, oh, sorry, I just answered that one. Is it possible to upgrade Encore 1.0 without installing a new theme? No, right now you'll have to install a new theme. Like I answered before, someday there will be an upgrade button that will make this a lot easier in the future. When a request is submitted for a change and you have been informed that the change will happen, how long does it usually take to implement? Sorry, some of this stuff is going a little nuts. Okay, when a request is submitted for a change and you have been informed that the change will happen, how long does it usually take to implement? That really depends, Teresa. It depends on a lot of the it depends on the scope of the project, how it fits into folks' development roadmap and things like that, as well as even when we get to development, scope often changes as well, because we're a product team that really heavily relies on customer feedback, and so we take that feedback and we really try to frame it around a problem. So if you're saying, hey, I need this solution over here, we don't necessarily just take that and say, you're going to go build that solution, because that actually doesn't work out half the time. What ends up happening is that ends up solving maybe your problem really well, but it ends up like making other people's problems worse on the platform. And so part of this nice balance and dance that we have to do as product teams is we have to get to the core of what the problem is and find how many other customers are sharing that problem, and then work to find a good solution. That takes a lot of time and process, and so there's not really a one-size-fits-all answer for like how long a lot of that stuff can take. And sometimes projects get delayed or deprioritized. The taxes one was a great example, where it's like we knew we wanted to solve for taxes and collecting taxes for the US and the EU and Canada and things like that, but we couldn't after testing with customers, coming up with a bunch of different solutions, we couldn't find the one that quite worked until there was some really meaningful change in the market, and we found a really good solution to help us with that. Okay, let's see here. We are pretty past time, so I'm going to answer maybe a couple more questions, and then we'll be good. So Andy G just asks, does Kajabi have a repository for all docs, guides, ebooks a user can go to and access and download everything for a course, as opposed to per video? Not currently. What I've seen a lot of customers do is they can either create a post or even a category with a lot of downloads and resources, and instead of uploading a video there, you just upload a bunch of downloads for people to consume. Marcel asks, what about cookies and GDPR? We do have some updates coming to better cookie management and some guides that will help you guys. Again, cookies and GDPR is not a one-size-fits-all solution. It completely depends on your business, who you're serving, where they live, where you live, and we want to make sure that we can help you guys better understand what is going to be best for your business, while also giving you a good solution out of the box. So yes. Candace asks, are you deploying reCAPTCHA 2.0 or 3.0? I'd rather not add the puzzle friction, but definitely want to reduce the risk of bots. Yeah, so we're still working through that. There's a lot of options, not even just 2.0 or 3.0. There's 2.0, there's 2.0 visible, there is 3.0. And there's a lot of reasons to kind of use one or the other. What we want to try to optimize for is we want to try to keep as many bots out as possible without disturbing your customers for that. And so if 2.0 is too heavy-handed and we find that it's actually like becoming a nuisance and affecting conversions, we absolutely will be changing that to something that's going to be a little bit more sophisticated. Are there plans to have live chat on our website? We don't have a live chat feature for Kajabi, but it's something that can easily be integrated into your website. And we have people choose all kinds of different live chat solutions, whether it's Intercom or Drift or livechat.com or things like that. Let's see here. I'm going to close some of these out. Will the audio player work on a cell phone when the phone is in standby, like Spotify? Yes, it will. That's a good question. Okay, I'll answer one more question. How come I don't see the audio in my setup yet? I'll go check with the team. I believe it's fully rolled out to everybody, but there might be a couple accounts that we missed. Rest assured, it should be rolled out completely to everybody very, very soon here, if not. And so great questions, everybody. Thank you for jumping into the Q&A. Thank you for jumping into the chat. If this was valuable for you guys, throw some feedback into the chat. Again, we're a company that listens to feedback and likes to act on it. And so we want to hear all of your feedback about whether this was valuable to you guys, maybe what features or updates or capabilities were best for your business, what's going to help you be more successful. I'd love to hear it. I'd love to jump in and chat with you guys. So thank you guys so much for all of this. Also, we're going to have a replay. This is going to turn straight into a replay for those of you guys who have been asking. So feel free to tag a friend who needs to see this so they can watch the replay of all of this. And we can get everybody informed on all the new updates that we're bringing to the table. All right, we're going to sign off by playing one last Kajabi hero video from the London recap. I'll talk to you guys next time when we go over our next cycle and all the new fun releases that we're talking about when we engage in our next cycle, codenamed Toronto. So I'll see you guys on the other side. Thanks so much.
Hi, Kajabi Jody here. I'm one of the original Kajabi ambassadors from a couple of years ago, and I have loved spending loads and loads of time, in fact, years and years and years, in the Kajabi user group supporting loads of people. My name's Jody Peevor, and I'm a Kajabi hero from London, and I've been here since the beginning of New Kajabi, so going back 2015, 2016, I'm a founder, and I've made Kajabi be one of the essential platforms that I recommend to my clients. You see, I run a marketing agency, so we use lots of different platforms, but goodness me, since Kajabi came along, it's made everything so much easier. It gives me the confidence to recommend it to all my clients because I know they can just go in, change whatever they need to, tweak their funnels, optimize things, add new products and offers without thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to break the thing. I love Kajabi, I adore the platform, I adore the user group, I love helping out the team with all of the different things that we're working on and features and growth. It's brilliant. I'm just about to hit my 600,000 goal, which is very exciting. That's in pounds, by the way, 600,000 pounds. Woohoo, go Jody. So you need to make Kajabi be part of your online business strategy. Cheers.
Hey, my name's Mike Blissett. I'm a Kajabi hero based here in London, and this is my Kajabi hero story. I'm a coach, I'm a trainer and a speaker here in London, and I really wanted to start building some online courses to build a part of my business online so I could provide my skill, my service, my expertise for the folks that wanted to work with me but maybe couldn't get here to London. Now, I started with a beta program and I developed the program so I would bring my good stuff, my tools, my exercises, my knowledge of coaching and training and speaking to the beta group, and that's how my program Speak Like a Pro Online was developed. Now, it's been around for 4 years now. It's been relaunched many times and I've added some things to it and some bells and whistles along the way in a community and a couple of other programs as well, a challenge and what I call a summer school that I launched just in the summer. But the whole area of what I work in is presentation skills and speaking through your insecurity and nervousness and shyness and really speaking like a pro online. So I am completely a fan of Kajabi, and if there was one tool that I would suggest is my favorite, well, I actually, before lockdown over the last year, I used to give a talk to business groups around the UK in many cities, and I used to share my Kajabi story and how I built the program. This is a big shout out to Kajabi. Thank you so much for giving me the platform and the ability and the support